Hey, I'm here again in Low Carb Denver, and you meet the most interesting and the nicest people at these events, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Everyone here is fabulous. Event? My first event.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, this is Kirk, and I just ran into him when we were testing some foods, and he was talking about some food allergies and things that he's experienced, and so I'm anxious for you to hear his story. He was pre-diabetic and is now no longer on that road, so here you go.
Exactly. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Basically about myself, I was pre-diabetic. I was 307 pounds, a lot of inflammation, pitting edema. My doctor was just trying everything, of course, eat less, move more.
Medicine?
I was taking only a water pill because I refused to take anything else. I had high blood pressure. I wouldn't take anything for it. He's getting angry. But I knew something was wrong. I got gout my third time, and I felt so good on the steroids. I asked him, just get me on steroids for the rest of my life.
Wow.
And he said, it'll kill me in 3 months. I said, okay, lower the dose so I get at least 6 months and I get some things done. I couldn't get anything done. I had no energy. And then I said, what does this fix? He says, inflammation. And that is what set me on my path. So I started researching anti-inflammation diets. And that's when I ran into the Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan podcast, and then Sean Baker and the carnivore movement. And I had tried Atkins before. It didn't really work for me. I felt like crap on it. I tried going vegan. I felt like crap. Long story short, turns out I'm allergic to dairy, egg whites. So imagine being on Atkins and eating omelets every day with cheese, okay? And you're allergic to this stuff. That's why I felt terrible. Wow. And then it turns out I'm also allergic to almost every plant out there. I'm allergic to all the nightshades. I had bleeding psoriasis, but when I stopped eating most nightshades, 80% of it healed up. When I gave up all vegetables, all my psoriasis, my eczema, my dandruff went away. All my inflammation went away. I started losing 1.5 pounds a day. So I lost 100 pounds in about 7 months. I went up into the mountains in Tennessee and did this away from my family so they couldn't criticize me. I found, like I said, the carnivore program, but I also found IDM and intermittent fasting. Because I've lost 16 inches on my waist, I didn't want to have excess skin. So in researching, intermittent fasting and autophagy were the only ways to fix that. So in Dr. Fung's program and listening to his videos on YouTube got me interested in that. So I signed up as a client because I knew nothing about fasting. And if you would ask me a year ago if I'd be willing to go without food for any length of time, it'd be like, no. You know, how do you do that?
Yeah.
And I've done 5 7-day fasts. I've done 2 days. Most weeks I only eat Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 meal. Okay? I'm never hungry anymore. I eat up to 3 pounds of bacon in a day plus a ribeye or short ribs or whatever I want. I've learned to sous vide my food, so I only have to contact my food once a week, and then I package it, season it, which is limited to salt and pepper for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then I set it up, and then I just throw it in a sous vide water cooker, and then it comes out. I finish it with a reverse sear. I actually have a blowtorch. Love it. Guy thing. If you're only going to eat a few times, enjoy it, right? And anyway, and now what's great is when you actually introduce scarcity, here's what I learned. By only eating 3 times a week, what do you think the odds are that I'm going to go to a fast food restaurant and eat crap food?
Probably not real
I'd
likely.
rather wait another whole day until I can get good food than break my fast with crap food.
Wow.
So, and the thing is I'm no longer hungry. So one of the presentations they just had here was that the whole energy balance model is backwards. We're not eating too much because we want to. We're eating too much because our insulin response is so wrong, and it's making us lethargic to conserve energy while we're storing fat. Whereas now I have so much energy. At 300 and some pounds, people would ask me, do I exercise, do I run? I'm like, I don't run, I have a carry permit, okay? I'll stand my ground. Now, a couple weeks ago, I literally spent an entire day Saturday, I walked 20 miles.
Wow.
I just decided, it's like, but I had so much energy. It's like, what am I going to do with this energy? In losing all the weight though, they discovered I had 3 hernias. Because the fat cap was removed, the hernias became visible. The one major one, and the guy thought there were more. He ended up fixing 3 hernias. I'm wearing a hernia protection belt on. I'm still healing from it. It's only been 2 months, and I'm really restricted in what I can do right now. So walking is one of the few things.
Yeah.
I want to get to the gym. I have so much energy now.
That is so great.
And it's like, so that's kind of my story. And I was at Amber Hearn's carnivore thing, and I'm a reluctant carnivore because I love veggies. right?
Oh.
I can cook veggies and make them taste great. Baked broccoli,
Yeah.
you name it.
Yeah.
Grilled asparagus, I can't eat them.
Right, and it's good for most of us to have a little bit of vegetables, but not you.
Not
so
me.
tell me about the migraines, because I know people that have trouble with migraines, and you said you don't have them anymore.
Yeah, I only get them when I break the rules on what I should be eating.
Okay.
So here's one of the things that happened. As I discovered I'm allergic to these foods, I used to get migraines, but they never added up to track it down. Like, for example, peanut butter would trigger a migraine, but it was 2 days after I ate it. And I'd have symptoms basically for as long as it stayed in my colon, right? And and then I turned around and realized that my other migraines were being triggered by other food reactions. And now once you start putting these together, it's always the plants, it's always the nuts or the legumes, and it's like, so I had to cut all that stuff out. I became a reluctant carnivore, but I'm happy now because I don't get the migraines.
Yeah, that's amazing. So tell me about your family now. What's their response to the new improved Kirk?
Well, of course, I came back weighing less than when I got married. Okay, so after losing about 70-some pounds before I came back and finishing in Florida. And my daughter is now joining me on this, okay? So she's being very supportive, and she's noticed that what she loves best is she no longer gets hangry. She's a college student, bright kid. Anyways, but she used to have to pack 3 snacks with her when she went to college, because if she went too long without food, she just got hangry, she got irritable, you know the thing?
Yeah.
Now she loves it. She goes, wow, I forgot to eat lunch today.
And
it's been 16 hours since I ate.
And I feel fine.
I feel awesome. Right? And so it's like, and now knowing that she doesn't have to suffer for the 30 years I was morbidly obese, right? She doesn't have to suffer like that because she understands how to fuel her body now. And that probably, that means more to me than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
Because this
that
is her
legacy
future,
that you,
right? She's never going to be, I was pre-diabetic, right? A 5.7 or 5.8 on my A1C. I just had it tested before my surgery, and it came in at 4.5, which is like super optimal.
Like super healthy.
That's crazy. My doctor can't believe it. You know, he's like, well, keep doing it. Right, every blood marker I've done has improved. My cholesterol's lower, C-reactive protein, homocysteine, everything has improved.
Right, so that debunks that eat saturated fat, get fat, get heart disease, and die myth, right?
And if anyone out there wants to get started on any of this, I make 2 recommendations. Start by giving up any snacks after dinner. Make it real simple. No snacks after dinner, and fast until your breakfast, right? And then eventually you can kind of try to get breakfast moved later. Do not believe breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Your body actually releases enough energy from your liver at 5 o'clock in the morning to wake you up. And when it does, if you test your glucose and your ketones in the morning, your glucose is at the highest it'll be all day long, especially if you don't eat. That's the other myth. When you fast, your glucose crashes. No. If you're fasting, my glucose is never so level as when I'm fasting. Even if I eat a protein meal or a high-fat meal, my glucose bounces around. Okay, and that's natural. And if it goes up, my body's going to produce insulin. It's going to drive it right back down. But by eating only one meal, I guaranteed only one insulin hit.
Right.
And then I can ride on autophagy after that. And then because I'm never hungry, then my body's digesting all my old tissue. I have no extra neck. You know, I mean, I'll step back from the camera for a second. I don't look like someone who weighed 307 pounds anymore. I'm wearing a 36-inch thing around my belt, my double belt. So I couldn't be happier. I'm healthier than ever. I feel I look younger. People don't even recognize me. Some of the people in my own neighborhood are like, oh my God, right? They hear my voice. That's the first thing they recognize.
Wow. Well, congratulations. I'm so glad to meet you and to have my readers and listeners hear your story. This is amazing.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And look, you're in control, okay? Yeah. You're in control of your own health. It starts by understanding what makes you do some of the things you want. And in all honesty, we're a bag of chemistry, and we're driven by our hormones. And I don't think anyone can argue with that. And the number one hormone that causes you to overeat is insulin. So if you can control insulin, you can control your hunger. Once you control your hunger, you control your future.
Nice. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure.
What a great quote.
Oh, yeah, it just came out.